Good evening, everybody, and welcome to WCFL DolFans Talk. Hope y'all are having a wonderful night tonight. I know I am. I'm above ground and upright. That's all that matters. Let me bring on some of my co-hosts right now. We got Mr. Johnny O.
What's up, Pop Paul? How are you, brother?
I'm feeling okay. Not too bad. Didn't get too much sun, but it took its toll on me.
Yeah, well, get outside and work. Yeah, it does.
Yep. And next we have Mr. Derek Simmons.
Hey, good evening, y'all.
What's up, Derek? How are you, brother?
Oh, not too bad. Just watching the O's beat the Yankees right now, by just a little bit.
Yeah.
Enjoying this nice weather. Finally
Yeah.
getting my Florida version of weather up here.
Well, it's not quite that warm, but it's warm.
Oh, it could be warmer. We got it yesterday. It was 90, 92 up here yesterday.
Oh, damn. We've been in the 70s the last couple of days, but it's beautiful. 70s, little breeze. Absolutely fantastic.
That's perfect golf weather.
That's perfect. Just about anything weather.
Yeah.
You find a house yet, Derek?
We're looking at two of them down in St. Augustine. And then we were getting ready to drop the price for our house up here, and then we have somebody coming tomorrow, so hopefully somebody jumps on this thing. If not, we're going to lower the price down, so we'll see what happens. But no matter what, if worst comes to worst, I'll have to deal with 2 house payments or rent for a little while and then keep the house up here. We'll see what we can do. But it seems like the market's starting to pick back up again up here.
That's good. That's good.
Well, you could always rent the one up there and buy another one down there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, but I just would make sure I get somebody good in here too that I could trust.
That's the hard part.
Yeah. I mean, I have a couple people that are interested in it, but so. But just being that far away and then have to have, somebody watch it or, property management. But Maryland has these rules to where people don't pay their rent. They can just sit in here for 6 months before, you really can do anything about it.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Then they could draw out the court process. It just takes forever. That's the only thing that has me worried.
Yeah. The problem with my father used to have trailers that he would rent out, and yeah, it could take 6 months sometimes.
That would definitely make it tough going without 6 months.
Yeah.
So, but man, what'd you guys think about the draft? I was pretty excited. I mean, I think we probably could have got our defensive tackle in the second round, but I think he's going to do well. I think we got a lot of thumpers.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'd give the draft a solid B+.
Yep, I do the same.
Well, I'm a little bit different than y'all. I give the draft a B- actually, but that's why we're here. We each have our own opinion.
Right. I mean, I've seen draft grades as low as D+ all the way up to A-, depending on who you read and what you look at. And, we filled holes. We got big guys. We got, kids that seem to want to play. You watch the phone calls for the first 3 we drafted, and they were all very humble and thankful. And
I think one of the things we have said before, Johnny, is how can you grade a draft when they haven't even played an NFL game yet?
Right. That's the hard part. You're grading on what they did in college, but that's not the pros.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's where, that's why I'm leery on my grade, because honestly, Kenneth Grant, I like him because he's a dog, but was he the best defensive tackle available at the time? Maybe not. We won't really know until we see them play.
Right. I mean, listen, all these talking heads out there give them grades and, this guy's going to go here and this guy's going to go there and this guy's going to be great and this guy's going to be okay. And They don't know what the hell they're talking about. They watch film just like the rest of us, and they grade them. And who knew Zach Thomas taken in the 5th round was going to be a Hall of Famer? Who knew that knucklehead from New England was going to win six Super Bowls? I mean, 199th pick, and he goes on to have the greatest run in NFL history of winning divisions and AFC championships and Super Bowls and everything else. So, I mean, nobody had Tom Brady rated anywhere.
Right. But if you go back and look at the game film for Kenneth Grant, though, he took most of the double blocks while Graham was always most of the time single coverage. So even if he just does that in the pros here, I think that's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Our defensive line is going to be probably one of the best defensive lines. Like, if we can't get pressure on, like, Patrick Mahomes and, especially Josh Allen, with that defensive line, we might as well just pack it in. Call it a year.
I am interested in seeing Jonas Saviani, however you say his last name. I want to see, because he's played, right tackle, left tackle. He's played right guard and left guard.
Yeah, and it's we got to see where we're going to use him. Are they going to put him on the right side, the blind side, or are they going to put him on the left side next to Patrick Paul? So you basically have 2 rookies on the left side, because Patrick Paul didn't play a lot, so his experience is limited. Are they going to put them next to each other, or are they going to put him on the right side to play guard there and protect to his blind side?
Well, if Daniels is healthy coming off that Achilles, he's going to be on the left side. That's where he played with the Steelers.
Right.
He was normally a left guard. So, I mean, I think that was the vision. But you never know. If you got to put him over there. But yeah, that'd be tough having a second year and a first year on that side, and then especially when you're going against Buffalo or something, and you got what's the defense end that they just picked up, the brothers Bosa. That's going to be tough. But he's a big physical player. That guy we got. He went to the same school as Tua, in high school, same school. And then I just love it how we got physical guys. It's like, I'm telling you, I think the GM and McDaniels were listening to our podcast.
Yeah.
It's like they did what we wanted for once. Let's hope it works out.
Shout out to Mike Sherrod and Dan Burke. Listen to
What's up, Mike? What's up, Burkster?
What's up, Burke? What's up, Mike?
And Jorge Callis.
I just hope we could save it with Ramsey. I really do. And then still pick up Bradbury or what's the guy that just got released by the Bills?
Yeah, there's rumors that we're in talks with him. But that's all probably after June 1st. So,
yeah, maybe a little sooner. I mean, it just depends on what's going on with Ramsey. I mean, we need to wait. If we're going to get rid of him, we got to wait till after June 1st. But I'm telling you right now, I know if he wants out there, you cannot pay any of his salary. We need as much. You can't give another team. And I think he would have been at the Rams already if we were going to pay most of that salary.
Yeah, we can't pay that. You're going to take a huge hit of dead money.
Yeah, exactly. Wasn't it like $26 million or something crazy?
Yeah, I think after June 1st, it's $18 million or something.
Yeah,
but still, $18 million. I mean, you can't take that kind of hit. You tell Ramsey, hey, listen, I'm sorry, you signed a contract, stay here and play.
Yeah, hopefully Weaver can make it work. And then, we're still paying $12 million. I think it was Tom that said it. I think we're still paying $12 million cap hit for Howard.
Yeah, this is the last year we pay Howard.
There's definitely some good free agents out there yet. We still got Simmons. You still got a couple of you got Justin Simmons that could be as a safety. You got 5 or 6 cornerbacks. I definitely think, I'd like to see Cam Smith do well, but I don't know. I'm kind of like, I had high hopes for him, but then he got hurt and then got hurt again. And then, just terrible.
I don't know how hurt he got as much as he just really wasn't out there playing to learn anything. Um,
We did pick up a baller from Texas, Texas Tech as an unrestricted free agent. He was like a ball hawk. He was all over the place with pass breakups. I don't know if you guys
undrafted free agents.
yeah. I forget which one his name was. I was watching some highlights on them. Some people posted on Facebook, and he was all over the field.
we picked up 15 UDFAs.
Started with a J, and should have looked a little better.
I'll see if I can look it up.
But
Y'all go on.
so what are we looking like on the offensive line? You got Patrick Paul on the left side, possibly the new rookie at the guard, or no, Daniels at the left guard, and then we got Brewer at center, correct? Still, and then what are we looking at that right guard?
The kid we just drafted in the second round.
Oh yeah, okay. And then we got Jackson at left tackle, correct?
Right tackle, yeah.
Or yeah, right tackle. Jeez, I can't keep my rights and lefts mixed up. So I mean, it seemed to be okay. And then didn't we pick up some Broom guy or whatever? It's supposed to not be the greatest. And I still want to know we got Eichenberg, which I don't know why we kept him. But who do we have as a backup left tackle or right tackle for either side? Who's there?
Right now, I don't think we have anybody that's, proven, but
Yeah.
Because we always have that rotating offensive line. It's like, what do we do? I mean, hopefully Paul can stay healthy and Jackson, but Jackson was out, good many games last year as well.
I'm not too healthy, but I'll do my best.
Hey, we'll put you in there.
Listen, you can go on the field and fall down and lay on the ground like Eichenberg.
Yeah.
This might take you a little longer to get up.
Yeah, a lot longer to get up. I can barely get up off the ground as it is.
But I'm still kind of concerned, what we're going to do at cornerback and free safety and stuff. That's you could have all the pressure in the world, but all he's got to do is just barely sling it, I think we're going to be okay on our linebackers. I think we're going to be decent.
Yeah, I mean that's what you got summer camp for, and getting in and learning the playbook and understand what Weaver wants you to do, and hopefully we got some talent there that they can put out there, and if the offense is clicking, listen, you got to give up less than 28, 30 points. If the offense isn't clicking, then you're in trouble.
What position were you looking for on that UDFA?
The safety.
No, cornerback.
Oh, corner.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it started with a J.
Well, there's Ethan Robinson out of Minnesota. What's up, Russell?
What's up,
What's
Russell?
up, Russell?
Hey, good evening, guys. How are you?
How are you, brother?
I'm good. And yourself?
We're all here.
That's always a wonderful thing.
That's right. So what do you think about the draft?
I actually liked it. Even some of our signings after the draft weren't bad at all.
Russell, do you know who the guy was from Texas Tech we picked up?
Yeah, Conyers, the tight end, he's not bad.
No, he's a cornerback. We had somebody. I seen somebody post it. I don't know if it may. Hopefully, it was right, but I thought it was somebody that.
Well, the secondary guy we got is from Central Florida. It's Adams.
Yeah, Brandon Adams.
Yeah, he's pretty good too.
Maybe they were playing Texas Tech or something. That's all I remember seeing. Yeah, because man, I had it completely wrong. Wow,
82 pounds.
Yeah, he's not bad at all. I mean, there's always a hidden gem. You never know. I mean, we've pretty done well with guys that weren't drafted, So, I mean,
I'm laughing because of talk on other shows and all. We did get a long snapper.
yeah.
We can't get rid of your part-time relative, long lost relative.
Doesn't no, we can't get rid of him.
Like Johnny said earlier, I mean, wait till camp starts. I mean, we got a ways to go. OTAs, I'm sure there are going to be some June 1st additions. You never know. I mean, right now they're talking about possibly signing the corner that used to be with the Ravens. I mean, not the Ravens, Buffalo.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah, I hope the Kenneth Grant pick was good because with Starks being there after we lost our guy from Bama to the Cowboys, I was like, oh, here we go, let's get Starks, because that definitely shocked me. But we definitely needed some upfront beef.
well,
So,
the funny thing is, me and Johnny were advocating prior to the draft that we should sign Booker, and I heard so many people saying, "Oh, that's too early for a guy." Da, 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 da. And what happened? He goes 12th.
Yep.
and the Cowboys normally always have a pretty good line. They've had decent line picks for quite a while. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, we wanted to address God. I mean, regardless of what anybody wanted to say or thought, we ended up doing it in the second round, although we traded up, and but we had to address it. And as mad as people got about the draft, we addressed our needs. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. For years, we've had a problem with physicality, and team mentality is a speed team and a finesse team, and you're not winning in November and December when there are games where inclement weather, you can't pass the ball. You got to be able to push people around. And with them adding a physical back like Gordon, I mean,
Yeah,
it's going
we're
to help
picking up
out.
Ollie Gordon. Yeah, that was a big pick. Man, he looks like Derrick Henry running through the hole. If he just get a little bit bigger, I mean, that's like we haven't had a decent sized back since Ricky Williams. That was actually like decent
And now
height, I
you
think.
got the guy that can get the 3rd and 1, the 4th and 1, and as long as the line can block for him, now you got the guy we needed. You got that thumper back there.
Right. And then if McDaniels wants to fake it going up the middle and then throw the quick screen, okay, then that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because then they don't know or they think you're going up the middle, throw the quick screen. But like how we did last year, just constantly throwing the screens and they knew it was coming. It's like now we can throw a little trickery in there, You got the big guy in the backfield. He's coming there, and then we have our fullback help block, man. That's gonna be tough.
What's up, Papa Smurf and Mudbone?
What's up, Smurf?
What's up, Papa Smurf?
One of the players I was telling Johnny before we started the show, I'm interested. I want to see how he performs. Is defensive tackle Jordan Phillips from Maryland.
So he's from up my neck of the woods. He wrecked havoc up here in Maryland. He did really well up here.
Well, one thing that impressed me, I mean, on his phone call with our GM Greer, before he was even, I mean, he was barely told that we were signing him, and he's asking for the playbook already.
That right there shows a lot.
Well, Johnny had spoken about that the previous show. There are certain guys that are committed that come in, want to learn, want to get in the books. And there are other guys that have that attitude where they think just an ability is going to get them by and not studying and not being available and not being ready. I mean, if you're ready and your mindset's to be on football and football alone, you're going to be a success.
Like even when they were showing the stuff with when they were, I forget what it was on that I seen. It was Cam Ward and Sanders. Sanders was like, well, what do you do on the side? What do you do for fun? He goes, I play football. What do you mean you could just play football? Like he's like every answer he had, you could tell that he was just trying to get ready for the draft. When they were in the bubble thing, they were throwing balls. Everything he said, I play football. I think football. I play football. Like it was, you could just tell that's the reason why Cam Ward went 1 and Sanders dropped all the way to 5th.
I think more so with all that. I think Sanders is going to be a good player. I just think that his dad interfered a little too much, and sometimes it's about
His attitude a little bit, I think, hurt him.
Well, I think his attitude came partially from his dad. His dad's telling him, "Don't worry, you're in here. You're going to get this. You're going to get that," and overinflated his ego. Maybe gave him bad advice, and the kid went in and didn't do the interviews the way he should. Telling teams, "Oh, if you want to get down to the NFC's basement, you better draft me."
you're so right on that. But I mean, there's confidence and there's arrogancy.
Mhm.
Right.
I don't have a problem with somebody being confident, but when you go into meetings or you go into team visits and you're telling teams this, that, and the other, and it's more about me, and not you, and team, you're going to run into problems. You got to remember your schedule playing Colorado State and whoever you're playing in college football, you're playing now with grown men. And a lot of grown men, that's a job. It's not like college where you're walking around with NIL deals and, dancing in your swimming pool and all that fun stuff when it don't matter.
And I think part of the problem for the teams was, they're more worried. Is he more worried about being an influencer, or is he more worried about football? They don't want to draft a guy who's just going to be there on TikTok and making videos and stuff. And I'm not saying he won't take it seriously. He might. He could turn out to be a great quarterback. And, but I think the teams were worried. Is he more interested in being an internet influencer or a quarterback?
Right.
Yeah.
And there goes what you said on the last show, Johnny, about guys more inclined to do things outside of football and more inclined to be influencer, more inclined to be on social media and more inclined to be buddies and friends. And I'm more concerned about my brand rather than should I get in this playbook and study, or do I really want to be committed to this? Or, some people can't do it. Like Johnny said the last show, some guys aren't always about talent. Sometimes you got to put your mind into it. Sometimes outside influences knock guys down. We've seen a lot of quarterbacks come in the league. I'm this, I'm that, and they don't amount to nothing. Then there's the guy like a number 12 that you used to play out here, 6th rounder, studying, getting ready. Wasn't the greatest athlete in the world, but his commitment was unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, hey, listen, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Tom Brady, they weren't great athletes. They just put the work in the books, the film study, the understanding every step of what every receiver was supposed to do and where they're supposed to be and what their offensive line was supposed to do. And, they didn't just know their position. They knew everybody's position.
That magic word again, being committed.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know what you guys thought about, once, and then they started bringing up this, the whole racist thing. I was like, man, I had to shut that stuff off. I'm like, that is just crazy.
You know what that is?
I was just like, that was basically somebody being paid, and they wanted TV time. It's like they didn't want to admit it that Dion screwed it up for him. You know what I mean?
I'm going to tell you this, and I'm only going to say this once. I'm African American, and the first pick was African American. So how can you call it racist? I think people sometimes use agendas and sometimes use other means to settle scores. Listen, he's going to be a good player. I don't care whether he was last pick, first pick. It doesn't matter where you pick. It's when you get there. If you're supposed to be there, we'll know. Cream always rises to the top. I don't want to hear, well, he was this and this was happening. Well, this didn't happen. Listen, you picked where you picked. Obviously, the NFL's a brand, and they probably did it to silence his father, because what coach? Just pick any coach who was on the hot seat, knowing that, okay, we draft Shedeur Sanders, you get fired now, you're going to want his father? Like a package deal. And that's how Dion was thinking. His time has been over. He's not an NFL coach, because if he was an NFL coach, why wouldn't Dallas have signed him? Think about that.
Absolutely.
But he didn't get signed. As when McCarthy was fired, he could have been in Dallas. Why not? Cleveland was on the hot seat, possibly their coach. There's New Orleans didn't have a coach at the time until they hired Moore after the Super Bowl. There were other teams that he could have possibly ended up on. The Raiders, they signed Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's a veteran coach, proven, So I don't want to hear that racist mess. That's all. That's a cop out. I mean, what they happened to him with the prank call, and he didn't work out at the Big 12 workout. He had his own special day at Colorado, and they made it more into a rap video than an actual team workout. I mean, what do you think the NFL's supposed to say?
And he didn't participate in the combine.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, he threw all the red flags, that scouts and GMs are calling out that,
Yep.
And
my father used to always say, "You make your bed, you got to lie in it."
Yep.
You can't throw out false narratives and then all of a sudden change your story now mid sentence. Hey, if you say you do something, stick behind it.
With them being 5 quarterbacks now, here's his chance to break out of the adversity and and show him what he can do. And I hope he succeeds. I really do.
You were talking about that prank phone call. It was an Atlanta assistant coach. He got fined $200,000, and Atlanta got fined $250,000 because they leaked the phone number to that assistant coach's kid, and he's the one that made that phone call.
Right, yeah, they found it on the tablet, didn't they?
Yeah,
and then
he found it on his dad's tablet. Yep.
It was Jeff something. Wasn't he part of the Jets organization last year?
Well, Ulbrich, yeah, Jeff Ulbrich, his son Jace, a college kid, took it off his dad's tablet. But
right,
the funny thing
is, with Atlanta. He's with Atlanta though. But wasn't he the offensive coordinator for the Jets last year? But now he's not there anymore.
Yeah.
So is he with Atlanta now?
Yeah, he's with the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
I just think people, you got to slow down on this whole foolishness. That's like I said, we were talking about everybody wants to be like friends and buddies and all that stuff. Like we spoke about it a few shows ago. Like, you would have never seen Larry Bird hanging out with Magic Johnson in the summer, or Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan going on vacations together, because guys took it personal.
Well, look, none of the NBA guys really got along until the '94 Dream Team. Then they spent so much time together practicing, playing overseas, and then that's when Bird and Magic started to become friends. But that was, near the end of both their careers.
Yep. The 90 actually is 92, 93 Dream Team.
Yeah, 92 team. Yeah. And that's when they actually became friends. They weren't friends before that. They didn't hang out. They didn't talk. None of those guys did. They barely spoke to each other on the floor unless they were talking trash.
Yep. The funny thing about that, it's like, it amazes me how, because I'm old, I just laugh. I just laugh when I see like guys signing jerseys at the end of games and switching numbers and taking pictures, and like they do in soccer when they play in the World Cup or they're playing in the UEFA Champions League. Or we're going to take pictures. You wouldn't see Messi taking pictures with Cristiano Ronaldo and switching jerseys, and then they were mad competitors. Could you imagine Dan Marino losing to Jim Kelly in the AFC Championship, or losing to him in a playoff game, and then standing at after half, or switching out jerseys? Come on.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Just think about that. Come on.
Who was the other guy that they said they got a prank call to? It was somebody else.
There was like 5 players. It was like 5.
Oh, there was 5. Wow.
Yep. Okay. Tyler Warren got a fake call.
Yep.
What's his name? Abdul Qadir got a fake call. The kid McCord from Syracuse, that quarterback that got drafted by the Eagles, he got a fake call. I just think it's a shame when you have, guys waiting on the dream of their lifetime, and then somebody crank calls you and says, "Oh, we're gonna pick you," or we're on the clock.
That's gotta be devastating.
And then how about the guy that, like Shedeur Sanders, he was already waiting all day, and they hear this, and then the kid says he's the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, that's absolutely devastating for sure.
Yeah,
And
I
then
mean,
and then the dumb part of the whole thing is the kid videos it and puts it out there online.
yeah.
And now his dad gets fined, the organization gets fined again. You made your bed, now you got to sleep in it. The difference is he doesn't pay the penalty, his father and the team do.
Yep. I just think, the funny part is, I got to give Shador Sanders, though, a lot of credit because he could have been like off the rails and talked crazy. But he said, hey, he took the kid's apology and now you got a chance to prove yourself.
Right, and that actually shows growth of him. See, that where you could tell where Dion put a little bit more and caused him to drop, because it shows more and more with that. Now if he would have acted out and went all crazy about it, that would have made the situation worse. And it showed growth for sure.
The cool part is the only person that can change your story is you.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I mean, I could sit here and say till I'm blue in the face, this could happen, that could happen. Only person that can change what happens with me is me. So, we'll give the kid a shot. We'll see what happens. That's all you can do. I honestly, when we were on the clock and we still had we had, I think, 3 5th-round picks. I was like, hey, get our first need at the first pick. But if he's still there, take him. Because at the point, we didn't have a backup yet. I mean, we have Zach Wilson, but we ended up drafting Quinn Ewers later. But I was like, hey, there's no way.
Pick.
Yeah, you're not going to say a first-round talent if he fell to the 5th round. He only fell to the 5th round because his father's, ignorance. And he was telling teams prior to last year that if a terrible team drafts him, he's going to do like the whole thing with Eli Manning. He's not going to go. He doesn't want to go to this team and that team. So you kind of cut down your chances of ending up somewhere when you're saying half the league, you can't go there. Come on.
Well, and that's the big difference between the Manning family and Sanders was Archie Manning came out and said, my son will not play for the San Diego Chargers. He didn't list any other teams. It was just San Diego.
Yep.
Primetime's out there saying, well, he's not going to play here. This is my my background. I know what's going on. I know what's behind closed doors. He's not going to play for these particular teams. And he probably listed like 6 or 7 different teams.
He actually listed 8.
All right. 8 different teams. I mean, how do you go on, TV?
32.
Right.
Yeah, he literally just he definitely cost his son a pile of money.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying about that. When you're entitled, like he was, he went to private school. His dad had money, and then with the NIL deals, him and Travis Hunter were the top NIL earners last year. So he earned like $20 million in a college football season, which is a semester. That's 4 months.
But
Think about that for a
look
minute.
at the difference, though. Look at the attitude and the difference between Travis Hunter and Sanders.
Welcome to the
Travis.
How you doing?
What's up, Shake? How are you, brother?
What's going on?
What's up, Shake?
Yeah, I think the difference between Travis Hunter and Shador is that Travis Hunter had to come from humble beginnings, where Travis Hunter never had that.
He didn't have the background of a father in the league and being in exclusive trips and being in NFL locker rooms like Shador did as a kid.
Yeah, one sad thing is that kid that his dad was a coach. I bet you he ain't allowed to know Atlanta games and he ain't allowed to know NFL. And he used to have the hook. He used to have the hookup. Now he's been now he's done forever.
Probably bad. Yeah. Hey,
Right.
the funny thing is, that's what I'm saying about being entitled. Your father's an NFL assistant. You think you can do whatever you want. And, these kids are pampered.
That's why they call them Nepo kids.
Yep.
Let's
Well,
take
it's a younger generation too. They're just lost.
What's up, y'all? This is Chef Jew. Looking for a great chef for your next catering party, private party, office party, etc. with welcome watering meals and desserts. Let Chef Jew Catering and Sweet Treats take care of it for you at an affordable price. Call me at 786-804-8096. Also, reach me at chefjewcatering@gmail.com. Direct message on Facebook and Instagram at Chef Juice Catering. Chef Juice Catering and Sweet Treats. Food with a passion. We do it all.
Chef Jew, Miami-Dade, Palm Beach. He gets his sweet treats and good eats. Shake, how you doing this week?
I'm doing wonderful, man. Just lovely, baby. You know.
Living in paradise.
How about yourself?
I'm above ground and upright. That's all I can ask for.
Hey, by the way, tomorrow in the blender, I got your boy Paris Love coming in.
Nice.
By the
Paris
way,
is awesome.
my jersey you got me.
Oh, cool. I'm still waiting for my jersey to come in.
Shake, I got to ask you a question. It's not something I can ever ask Papa Paul. You letting the fro grow out?
Yeah.
Nice.
I got all you guys beat when it comes to the fro. I got the fro like Jermaine Jackson, but my hair is braided.
Yeah. I had an afro back in the day, man, but I cut it when I moved down here.
No, I won't cut my hair ever.
Dude, I think that'd be cool. The fro, I think that my one buddy has one, and it's just big and poofy. I'm like, damn, I hate you. Your hair's
It's funny,
cool.
like my when I have my hair out, I don't go anywhere. I don't go outside. I don't go to clubs, restaurants, nothing. Because the weird thing, it's like probably maybe from my scalp to the top of my head, it's probably as high as a ruler.
Mm.
And it's picked out. So I just braid it all the time, keep it braided. When I don't braid it, if I go out, I'll put it in a ponytail and I don't go to restaurants. My girl was like, oh, we're going to a restaurant. No, we ain't.
Yeah, what's funny is when I had my afro, I used to love to have it out, but at work I had to braid it because they say it wasn't professional, so I had to braid my hair. And then when I was on vacation, I just let it hang out until I had to go back to work.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool, like in the fall and the winter, because you don't.
Yeah, summertime. Yeah, I agree with you.
In the summer, it's tough because it's the heat. And I mean, I'm in Massachusetts, so it gets hot in the summer, obviously, but not like Florida or any warmer weather places. But when it's out, oh my God, whew, it's like having you ever see a person like you come out of the shower, especially women, they come out the shower and they have their hair wrapped in a towel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's women with long, thick hair. That's what I do. I'll put on a towel over my head. I look like an Egyptian.
Hey, Shake, you must be famous with that profile picture Paris Love made of you guys. I was jealous. I seen that, and I was like, guy, Shake's a legend.
Yeah, man. That's the thumbnail for tomorrow's episode.
Yeah, to see Love and, got to meet him at the dance and all that stuff, and then finally got to really talk to him and have a conversation with Paris. He's a good dude with everything that he's been through, and that was just awesome.
And what's cool is I already confirmed Lisa fights cancer. I just got to reach. We haven't reached on a date, but she said she's coming on too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Lisa Siegel's awesome.
Yeah, she is.
Her and her sister Amy, they're both awesome.
Well, that's our fan of the year right now.
Yep. It's cool. There are certain people in the fan base that you just look forward to hearing and seeing, like Lisa Siegel's one of them. Allie Goodman. Oh, man, awesome. You got Ian. Get well, Ian. He's having some health issues with his liver. Yeah. Man, if anybody can go on that liver site and register, he's awesome, dude. And there's also like Gloria. Man, there's so many good people that you just look forward to seeing that do so many wonderful things in the community. And I mean, those are the ones you look forward to seeing out. I mean, even if you talk about the Dolphins all day till you're blue in the face, there are certain people that just go that extra mile. And I mean, look forward to saying, you're glad that they're part of your fan base. I mean, of course, we got some delusional ones that you wish were part of another fan base.
Yeah.
I mean, every fan base has that.
Yeah,
I live up here in the Jets Giants, and some of them are, Giants had a great draft. Other ones like, oh my God, this draft sucked. We didn't do nothing. It's the same for every team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not talking so much about the draft. I mean, I'm not big on social media like Facebook and all that, and that's cool for what people like to do. But I'm listening to people attacking women, calling them names because they don't agree with them, and over picks and what you like, and You know, come on, man.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of these people that talk like that in on the internet, they won't say that, like they won't talk like that in real life.
Nope.
You know another fun part about that too is I've come to the assumption that if you're on, say hypothetically, you're on Twitter and you got 2 followers, you got a burner account. You just using it just to talk junk, and because I mean everybody I know, you should have your picture up there. You see my picture, you know who I am. I don't duck and dodge from nobody. You want to bring the smoke, bring it on, baby. But
Yeah. Same thing with me. I got my picture on my profile.
don't be on a site where you address issues with the Dolphins and call women names. Because I seen one dude, and I know he's fake because he's calling a woman a whore because she liked certain pics, and he's saying this and that and all this foolishness, and he got 2 followers. You got 2 followers, that tells me that's a burner account. You can't be
What's up,
man enough.
Pedro.
What's up, guys?
How
What's
are you,
going on,
brother?
Long time no see.
Always a
Let's
pleasure,
see
my man.
Say about the draft, Q Billy.
Man, I was just cleaning my pool, man, because I changed the water out on it, and got in the hot tub to watch a little bit of Panthers and Inter Miami playing, man. But I had to jump on, bro, because the draft, of course, is always exciting. Finally, Greer, did a good draft, and the schedule's coming out, which is always exciting. I get to go to 2 games on the road, Atlanta, and I'm looking at the Panthers because I'm in Knoxville, in between them both, within, I guess Atlanta's like 3 hours. And Charlotte, my sister lives in Charlotte, so it helps save, man, because the thing with fans is when you travel, boy, that hotel, that flight, everything gets expensive. Not this season. All right.
I will be going to the Atlanta game, so I'll be catching you at that one.
Let's go.
I'll be at
Yeah,
Atlanta
bro.
and Carolina.
The comeback game. Y'all remember the last time we was in Atlanta, bro? Jay Cutler beat Matt Ryan, bro. 17-point comeback. Couldn't believe it, bro. All right. Yeah, I like the first 2-round picks. Of course, the right guard and defensive tackle.
Grant and Savininia.
Hopefully they start and develop, and we build through the draft. I don't know why I'm more excited about next year than I am this year. I know we got a 2nd, 3rd round pick, and hopefully a 4th or 5th for Ramsey or whatever, however that works. And start.
3 third-round picks are ready for next year.
We have how many?
3 third-round picks are ready for next year.
Ooh, baby, holy moly! And then we have an out with Tua, which is great because if we the post June, it's only like what is it, $9 million, something like that versus
we
50
say 48 million. We say 48 million if he gets hurt this year, and then we cut him.
So
And by the way, Paul, let's hope that Von Holland stays healthy, because if he doesn't, then we're out that the third round pick.
Right, that compensatory pick, yeah.
Hey, we might possibly get one for Calais Campbell too. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
I like how we tripled up on the defensive tackle too.
No, we can't get one for Calais. He was only here for a year. I believe they have to be there for 2 years to get a compensatory pick.
Yeah, that's right.
I heard talk also that there's possible Calais Campbell compensatory pick.
Yeah, it says it's possible.
That's cool. I think there's always a diamond in the rough as well when it comes to the undrafted picks too. The Dolphins picked up because that's how we got like player like Kader Kohu. I don't want to say Julian Hill, but player like that. Hopefully they develop and get better. Some do, some don't. You know how that works with players, and the chess game that is getting it all together with the app and picks and everything to win a freaking playoff game, bro. Because Dolphins are disgruntled, man. 25 years, last place.
I tell you what, if or let's say we have 3. Let's say we have 3. What plus the comp pick? If Weaver gets a head coach, that's 4 now, because he's with us 2 years. This is his 2nd year. Weaver gets a head coaching job, we'll have 4 plus another one the next year.
Yeah, if anything happens to McDaniels, Weaver's taking over.
Unfortunately, you can't say that because Ross has never done that where he stayed in-house. He's always gone outside of it.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think there's more of the reasons why he could have went somewhere else, even though it was just the Saints. There was other opportunities that he could have went to, and I believe that or Bevel. Both of them guys had opportunities to go places, and they decided to stay.
No state tax in Florida.
I know. I can't wait.
I like the depth at running back, man. Now, hopefully that works out. And then my other position, I like that has pretty good depth. I want to see Chubbs and Chopham Robinson and Jalen Phillips, bro, out there, man. You know, that would be exciting for them to all be together instead of injured all, because of Chubbs being gone last season.
That's the key. That's the key. I mean, in our draft, we drafted for physical mentality. We got physical. 3 defensive tackles. We addressed the guard position. So, I mean, and with those guys coming back, I think we're going to be okay. I mean, I'm not saying we're going to the Super Bowl, but I think we're going to be okay. And Pedro, see that you brought up the last time we was in the playoffs. I was at that game against the Colts in 2000.
And I was 25 years old, and I'm going to be 50 this November, bro. 25 years in waiting. Yeah, man. It's unreal.
It's funny. You're going to be how old? You said 50?
Yeah, I'm going to be 50 this November, man. Yes, sir.
I'm 61.
But it's not like you're old. I mean, come on.
Oh, it's not. Okay, John, I'm not old. I'm seasoned.
No, listen, 61 is not old, brother.
No, I know.
You're only as old as you feel, and I feel good, so I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, I feel good too. I mean, I'm just saying it as in jest.
I'm
What's up, Mr. Polk?
turned 85.
Hey, how's it going, Papa Paul, Johnny O, Garrett? Oh,
Hey, by the way,
Pedro up in here.
Hulk, I just want to salute you. What you know what you did on Pete's channel yesterday. I salute you, brother.
Oh, I appreciate this, Shake. What's up, Russell?
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Pope?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Pedro, it's
Solid.
good to see you, man. It's been a long time.
Yes, sir. Good to see you. And I brought my trivia book with me so we can do a question or two if you don't mind.
Oh,
You know how it goes.
He's going to test it.
hey, Pedro, I always freeze up on tests, man, so I might not be doing too good tonight.
But like I said in the previous shows, I do believe the draft, I think we did well enough to where it's got us back into the positive column again. I do believe. That's my opinion. I don't know what you guys' opinion on it is, but I think I would have been a lot higher too if we didn't have the falling out with the whole Ramsey thing. And if we didn't have that, and then on top of the way the draft is, I still think we're going to find a way to keep Ramsey. There's just something there. All I can do is hope.
Until I see minicamp and see which guys make the team and which ones are going to be contributors, I'm still saying 5 or 6 wins.
Ramsey's gone, man. I'm telling you, he's going to be traded before the season starts.
I'm still under the assumption that we're going to win 9 games and in the best case scenario 11. But I'm not wavering off the 9 games. I think obviously Ramsey's on his way out. I mean, there's no coming back from that because I mean you don't want to bring a cancer back into the locker room. Obviously things aren't working out. I mean, outside of Tyreek Hill with Greer saying he wanted 2 first rounds, which you knew wasn't going to happen. So I mean, God willing, things, if we stay healthy, we're a 9-win team. If we don't, then 6 wins, possibly 5.
If Tua plays all year, bro, 10, 11, 12 games all day. It's the same scenario like the greatest show on surf. We was beating up on teams, man, that year. Beating up on bum teams. Got the Ravens and the Bills at the end. Y'all know how that goes. You got to beat the best to be the best. And the last season, the wheels fell off with Tua, missing 6 games, especially the hip thing at the last 2 games that hurt us, and the Arizona loss, of course. But it can go either way. It's up to Tua, man. I think, the minute he goes down more than 2 games, like don't lose more than 2 games, Tua, and we'll be all right. But 4 or 5 games, bye-bye, Tua. Bye-bye.
What's up, Keith Matheny?
Chef, what's up, brother? How are you? Good to see you in there.
Chef Jew.
No, Keith the chef.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
You got Chef Jew, and then you got Keith the chef.
Okay, my bad. Sorry.
You've met Keith.
Yeah.
Him and his son Jason.
He lives on the west. He lives on the west coast of Florida. Yeah. He's cool. Yeah. I love that dude.
Well, now he lives in Tennessee.
Always see him at the watch parties.
Yeah. Now he lives in Tennessee. He moved up to Tennessee with his girlfriend.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's my
okay,
neighbor now. Howdy,
That's
neighbor.
Yeah, man. By the way, in 2 years, me and my wife we're going to the west of North Carolina.
Hey, how's that cold, Keith? How's that cold, bro? How's that cold weather?
Keith, yeah, what's up, Keith?
It's cold up in here, man. A lot
Yeah,
colder than Florida, that's for sure.
I used to go to Dolphins watch parties.
Yeah, and for the away games, yeah, that's where you go in.
Y'all
Yeah,
want me to?
Burke is saying 13-4.
Who said that?
Dan Burke.
Oh, I mean, listen. I hope you guys are right. I hope I'm dead wrong, but
9-10 wins, man. That's me. I still ain't figured it out, but we'll see.
I said 9 wins, possibly 11.
Hey,
It's all
ain't it
going
gonna
to
be
depend on
fun?
if Tua misses any games. Tua's got to lead it, and
Yeah.
this is his last year to prove it. You got to get. He gets the playoff win. He's guaranteed he's going to be around.
Oh, yeah. Bro, we're gonna celebrate like we won the Super Bowl if we win that first playoff win. Come on now, America's gonna make fun of us, but I don't care.
It don't even matter if we lose the second round. Then we're just like, we got our win.
Oh my God, the celebration's gonna be good. Y'all want to hear some quick Fins news?
Sure.
I just want to go to a home playoff game. That's what I want to do. I've had tickets now, and I just want to go.
We all do.
2023. Oh my God,
Go
2023.
ahead.
They're pre-selling the tickets, man, to go to that playoff game, and we choked.
yeah,
Like we always do. Here we go. Shout out to the International Fan of the Year, Lucas Rossetti from Brazil. Congrats to Bradley Chubb, who just got engaged to be married. Y'all hear about Van Ginkel getting paid? Good for him, bro. 23 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We're getting. There's 8 teams in the NFL that were picked this year from Nike to wear an alternate uniform, which is the AFC East, our division, and I'm gonna say the NFC North. I hope I'm right. If I'm wrong, forgive me. But it's called Nike called it Rivalries. Will debut during the 2025 season, and I can't wait to see. I don't know if they might bring the burnt orange back. Don't bring the light orange creamsicle you did that one year, bro, with Tanny. Yeah. Oh my God. Freaking terrible.
Yeah, that dark orange is phenomenal. When I went to a couple Ravens games, a couple of people had them, and then I seen some in Miami last year. They were phenomenal.
I got my tag in, bro.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, that's what I ordered from Tom is a blood orange jersey this time around.
I missed the Ricky Williams dark orange jerseys. Oh God, that was great.
Yeah, those were actually Reebok jerseys.
That orange was fire. Especially on a Sunday, Monday night game, and you're popping.
Yeah,
I remember going to see the Dolphins when they wore the orange on a Sunday night against the Washington Redskins, and those orange were unbelievable.
I believe we were undefeated in those jerseys too.
Bro, do it against the Bills, bro. Do it against the Bills. That's all I gotta say. Not the Patriots or the Jets. Do that jersey during the Bills game. I'll be happy.
Do that against the Bills in the playoffs. That'll be even better.
Yeah. 1,000% agree on that one.
I want to face the Bills in the playoffs. I want somebody like, the Texans or somebody like, well, actually, the Texans beat our ass last year too. So let's go after the Bengals. We might beat them. I don't know. Anyways, y'all want to do a question?
The Bengals, our quarterback got knocked out.
Sorry.
Yeah, Pedro, go ahead, do one.
Oh, I was gonna do one so I can get back to my Panthers game and Inter Miami. My bad, and get back to it, man. I appreciate y'all letting me on here for a little bit, man. I appreciate it. Let's see the trivia book, and we stop. Man, this one's easy, bro. Well, maybe not. How many sacks did Jason Taylor have as a Dolphin? A, 128, B, 131, C, 135, or D, 139?
D.
The B or C.
I'll say it one more time. How many sacks did Jason Taylor have as a Dolphin? A, 128, B, 131, C, 135, or D, 139?
139.
The answer is...
I said D.
28.
D.
Everybody's good. All right. And the answer is B, 131.
All right.
Yeah, because
Uno más?
131, that's a good number. That's one of my favorite numbers.
All right, let's go.
Because
Let's
the
go.
next
Let's get
time that's
hard.
one. Because the next
Tough one,
time
man.
one closest to Taylor is Cameron Wake, correct?
What page
They're
you
like
on?
10 something, 107.
Papa Paul wants to cheat. He wants to know what page you're on.
All right, let's see. Oh man, hell no. All right, I got a good one. How many kickers and punters has Miami drafted? This might not be totally accurate, but I'm gonna go based on what the book says. I don't think y'all saw anything. All right, how many kickers and punters has Miami drafted? A 29, B 24, C 17, or D 13? How many kickers and punters has the Miami Dolphins drafted? And it might not have. I don't think we drafted one this year or
I say
last year.
C.
Should be
24.
I say C.
Say the numbers again.
Sanders, I think, was the last one we drafted, right?
Say the answers again.
A 29, B 24, C 17, or D 13.
C.
I'm gonna go C.
I'm going B.
I'm going to C.
24.
Answer is, drum roll, please. Let's see. D 13.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't a lot. So
13. Man, Dan Marino's number. Go figure, man. Anyways, thank you guys, bro. I'm gonna get back to my game and enjoy the playoffs before it's over with.
Almost got
Hopefully
those,
the
baby.
Panthers can repeat again. Because as fan, I need something in Miami good,
enjoy, Pedro. Peace, love, and fins up, brother.
Nice meeting you,
Thank
Pedro.
you guys.
Nice
Thank
talking to
you,
you, Pedro, brother.
Appreciate it, man. Hope to see y'all again, man. I'll be back. Fins up.
All right.
That's great meeting new people. That's cool. That's the most I've ever had on the podcast here one time. That's just awesome.
Oh, Pedro's awesome, brother.
Yeah, he is.
Does he come to very many home games, or is he normally ways?
No, he doesn't get to a lot of games. He works. He's got a family to support. He owns his own business. So, this year he didn't make any. This year, did he?
No.
And the year before, I think he made 2 home games. It's tough. It's he did go to Cleveland last year because he went with a buddy of his.
Mm-hmm.
So listen, those of us that can do it. I don't say anybody's more or less of a fan if you're at the game or sitting at home watching it or in a bar with a bunch of people at a watch party. You're a fan. You're a fan. We all fan differently. Some people are in a position where they can do things, and other people aren't. Some people don't want to.
Yep.
As long as you're rooting on our team together, no matter what, I'm down for that.
That's right.
There you go. That's a real.
I mean, I say it all the time. This is my 4th year having a season ticket. 10, 15 years ago, I couldn't have done this. I was still raising my kids, and they were in school, and there's no way I could have done it. They all became adults, and now I have the opportunity, so I do it.
Yep, same here. I wouldn't have been able to do this 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Last time I went to a Dolphin game, they had the orange smoke.
Being a ranch manager.
Right.
Hey, before I forget, I want to give a shout out to my buddy Chris Otwell on getting engaged over the other day.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys seen that.
Yeah.
Chris
I saw
deserves
it on
that, and can't wait to meet the other half. His fiance. Chris does a lot of good stuff for everybody, and making some shirts for all the people he does, and helping out with the Hall of Fame thing. So, congrats to Chris.
Chris is a wonderful person. If you have not had the chance to meet him, what an incredibly nice, down-to-earth human being that just, if he can help you in any way, he's helping.
Mm-hmm.
I had the opportunity this past season to meet him, got to see him a couple times, and just what a nice guy.
Yeah, he didn't even know me, never met me, and then we started chatting on some things, started messaging him, and then all of a sudden we met up to the game, and then, man, we hit it off. He let me come down to his seats there one time. So my buddy Jason bought tickets off him before. But, yeah, we hit it off, went to a couple of the games together, and then we actually went to dinner once. So, yeah, he's just phenomenal. Great dude. And that's like I said, I know I keep saying it all the time, but, the game, going to the game is a bonus, going inside the game. The best part is outside and all the all the people in the family we get to meet, and there's always somebody new all the time, and it's just phenomenal. I love it.
I've been saying that for years, bro. I went down there COVID year to see Miami play the Chargers. It was the first time I was at the Hard Rock. I had already seen them play in like 20 different stadiums, just not the Hard Rock. And meeting everybody and seeing the fan base and the people you get to hang out with and tailgate with, and it's incredible, and they make the experience, the tailgate, the meet and greets, the getting together, the work that these people do, the work that Maria does or Holly does or Allie does or Ashley do that. Ashley's putting together events for away games. Stephen A's putting events to get together for away games so that the fans can have a good experience even when they're not at the Hard Rock. So, yeah, it's just the people are incredible.
Yeah, that sometimes is better than the games. I mean,
no, it always is.
It
Not
is
sometimes, always.
I was so excited about just going to the game, the first ever game, and then once I got into the the tailgate, and I was like, I could care if they win or lose. That's just a bonus.
Well, I mean, I care whether they win or lose. I want them to win, but
right. But
even when they lose, we're back out in the parking lot, all hanging out together, having a drink, having something to eat, and just commiserating and being sad with each other.
Right. Paul, once I get moved down, we get everything straightened out. Maybe we can like ride together or whatever for going to Carolina or Atlanta, because I've always wanted to go to either one of those places, and maybe we can make something work.
But what's funny is when I went to the Indy game, I was surprised to see the amount of Dolphin fans that were there.
Why?
I don't know, because we're home.
Yeah,
we were never, like, I'm surprised. I don't see that many Dolphins when we're at home games.
Yeah, well, sometimes that's true. You're not wrong, but
it's funny. Up here in Massachusetts, I've gone to the game pretty much every year, other than when I was in the Navy. And oh man, there's tons of Dolphin fans here in Massachusetts, and I'm sure travel also. But I mean, it's crazy because Saul came 2 years ago. He couldn't believe it, and I told him, "You got to stop listening to what everybody says about road games." I said, he came, he could not believe it.
Hey Russell, I did a little stay in Bill Ricker, Massachusetts.
Yep, Bill Ricker's. Yeah, that's pretty far from here. That's north. I live southeast of Mass. I live about like 35. I'd say on a good day, maybe 40 minutes from downtown Boston. But nice. Bill Ricker's a little ways.
Yeah.
I mean, can't go wrong out here. I mean, there's so much to do because they got everybody's playing. I mean, they got the Celtics, they got the Bruins, they got the Red Sox, they got the Patriots. So it's a big sports area, and then you got college, Boston College, Boston University, UMass. There's so much. Harvard, they got the hockey, the Bean Pot, So I live closer to Rhode Island, so Providence is like 20 minutes from here. And Foxborough from my house is 28 minutes. So, I mean, it's pretty quick.
Definitely a sports town, Russell. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. My son-in-law's I'm bringing him to the Red Sox Dodgers in July, and then Red Sox Yankees in June. He's like, he's young. So he's
that'd be cool to go to that and see Shotani and all that.
Yep. He's a Dodgers fan. So that's all I've been hearing.
Oh, he's gonna love it then. That's gonna be great.
Yeah, I've been to Fenway too many times, but I mean, for a kid who's never, he's in his glories. He's ready. July can't get here soon enough. He's like a kid on Christmas.
I know.
I hear it every time he comes over. Oh, I can't wait! I'm like, well, you gotta wait, player. And he's a Red Sox fan, but his allegiance is with Mookie Betts, and of course Betts is a Dodger, so he's I said, who you gonna root for? Your guys on the Dodgers and your Red Sox. He's like, I'm gonna root for the Sox, but so and I gave him tickets for this next round, the Celtics against either Detroit or New York. So he's in his glories there too. My daughter could care less. She's like, well, you go, because I gave him 2 tickets. I said, bring my daughter, so she's gonna go. She likes basketball, but she cares less. She don't have no allegiance to anybody. Although when it comes to the Dolphins, she was when my uncle was a coach, she met Chris Chambers and she made me get a Chris Chambers jersey, and that's it. She goes, "How about Chris Chambers?" Like, he don't play no more, Shelby.
He was good. He was
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah, and he was really nice to her at the camp, and when they used to be in Davie. So yeah, she was Chris Chambers this, Chris Chambers that, and then she was a kid then. I mean, probably maybe 8 years old, 7, 8 years old then. So time flies. 28 now.
Right. Question for y'all. Do you think we have 2 or more primetime games, like a Sunday, Monday, or a Thursday night games, or do you think we going to be less?
I think after last season, 2 might be the max that we get.
Yep, I'm saying 2 also. I think we're going to get a Thursday game and maybe a Monday. We're only going to get 2.
Oh, don't forget the Madrid game too. That's gonna be prime time. Well,
yeah, but I mean, I'm saying outside of that, I'll say 2, 2 total.
So the Spain game will definitely prime time.
Yeah.
Well, because of the time difference.
Could be Sunday morning, like they do in Germany, or something like that. Could be early Sunday morning game.
It'd be like 9 in the morning.
Mm-hmm. I got a funny feeling that Madrid game's going to be against the Bengals.
I actually have a Chris Chambers signed football.
Yeah, my daughter had it's funny, Papa Paul. We were at the camp, and I was standing there talking with Brock Marion at the time, and we were just talking about something. I forgot what it was, and my daughter was at the edge of the fence where we were in the VIP section, and then Chris Chambers came by, and she said, "Daddy, that's my favorite right there." I said, "Chris Chambers, Shelby?" She said, "Yeah." She liked the number 84 for some odd reason. So he came over and he took a picture with her. And so we're going into the VIP, and I was getting her a juice out of the cooler. And then he came over and he gave her his spike, signed the spike. He gave her shoes. After practice, he had it on his flip flops. He gave her the shoe. So I was like, wow. I don't know if she still has it. She probably does, but
that's sweet.
Yeah, she was into Chris Chambers. Oh, my girl was like, hurry up. We got to go to the beach. Hurry up. Because it was the morning practices,
Yeah.
She cared less.
Well, I think we're going to call it a night, guys. Let's see what Pedro's got to say here. Fantastic time hanging out with my Fins fan. Appreciate the time. Thanks, Paulie Ferguson, and all the coaches that take the time to make this an awesome Fins show. Ewers and Zach going at it in preseason with each playing a half of football will be great to watch. Go Fins.
Yeah, definitely. That's going to definitely be a great battle for the second string quarterback for sure.
I was saying the only time I want to see them guys is with baseball caps on.
That's preseason. That's it. Yeah.
Yep. I don't want to see them in the regular season.
We need hashtag thick Tua 2.0, but winning a playoff game. Possibly more.
Eric, we're on the blender. You got anything else this week?
Yeah, no, just a blender. And then of course drive time on Friday. That's pretty much it. Other than that, yeah, we're good. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Man, Shake, you working hard.
Mm-hmm.
You working hard? Too hard?
Works hard.
Yeah. When you got Mr. Polk, he helps me join the program. He keeps things he keeps things in check, right, Mr. Polk?
Shake, man. Shake, you be doing, man. You the man. Shake, you the man.
Hey, Shake, I heard you. Shake, I heard you on Sunday with Saul, because Saul was here at my house in Massachusetts Sunday. You had your wrestling show, I think it was.
Yeah. We had Saturday. Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday, because he was here at my house, and I was downstairs making breakfast, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be on my show with Shake." I said, "Okay."
Hey, by the way, Russell, man, I would like to have right here. I would like to have you before, because I'm doing. This is season 3. I would like to have you on the blender as well, man, as a guest.
I appreciate it, man. You just send me the link and tell me the day, and I'll pop in, brother. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, man. We talk about how we became Dolphin fans. It's kind of like, you heard of the Fish Tank?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, where we talk about Dolphins, your favorite Dolphin stories. We talk memories and shit. We that's the kind of show I do too. We do I do. Well, I talk about today's football too, but I'm mostly like talking about how people became Dolphin fans, and their favorite Dolphin memories.
The cool part in that is I became a Dolphin fan before a lot of you cats were born. I became a fan August of 1970 as a 6-year-old.
Damn, that's what's up.
That's about the same time I did.
Yep, and my first game was with my dad going to see the Patriots, the Boston Patriots against the Dolphins, and they were playing at Boston University at the time. I went to the season opener in September of 70 when the Dolphins lost 28-14, and I cried like a newborn because they lost. And I still remember my dad, because he was a Minnesota Vikings fan, rest his soul, and he was like, "Oh, that team, why you like that team? Da. And I remember I laughed like heck on seeing a TV guide cover and it had Bob Greasy.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, I mean, time flies, man.
It only flies if you're still here, and I'm glad we're all still here.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
sir, Johnny O. Yes, sir.
That's real, Johnny. For real.
And like I had told Saul, any of you guys ever want to come up to see the Dolphins and the Patriots, you guys got a place to stay.
I'm going to take you up on that if the game is in September or October.
You're more than welcome.
Anything after that, I'll wait till the next year.
Yeah, well, Saul said the same thing. Saul's like, he came in September. It was a Sunday night game. And he was like, I'll come up September, October. I said, yeah, well, it's funny. Bob Sampson came up. He had never came to see the Dolphins and the Patriots. Well, he came in January 3 years ago, and he was like, oh, it's going to be cold. It's going to be cold. It was 65 January 1st.
Wow.
And he was so concerned about it being cold. And I said, yeah, that's weird sometimes. You never know.
He brought the weather up from Florida.
Yeah, we ended up losing because we had Skylar Thompson. But then the next week we beat the Jets and we made the playoffs. So I guess it all worked out.
Right.
Yeah.
But hey, guys, check out Papa Paul's personal page on Facebook. He's in that competition thing for Top Chef. You got to try if you get a chance. Support his thing for the food truck and stuff down the road. And if he gets that or whatever, and that pulled pork, I'm telling you, it's phenomenal, guys. Let's vote for one of our own to win this competition that Papa Paul's in.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Papa Paul. I don't eat swine, but go ahead.
Do your thing, Papa Paul.
Hey, I do chicken too.
Okay.
Oh, he did do some chicken. Yeah, he did that down at the party too.
Oh, I know. Paul. Paul don't play. I know he's chefing. I know he don't play.
So if you get a chance, go vote for him, guys. Help him out.
I'm on his page. Where do I vote?
He's in that. You got to click on the thing where he's in there with Papa Paul. Who is it again? He's with
Is it the
Richmond Webb?
Richmond Webb picture?
There's a Richmond Webb picture somewhere.
Yeah, if you scroll through, there's a thing with him and Richmond Webb, and you click on it.
Oh, okay. I see. I got you. I'm all right. Okay, I got you. Now
I'll do it again when we get off. I'll jump on there and do another one.
How many times can we vote, Papa Paul, a day?
Once every 24 hours.
Yeah, it's once every 24 hours.
Okay, so I can do mine again tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Yeah,
I voted. I voted for you.
Thank you, Shake. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Y'all have a wonderful day, and be sure to join us Sunday morning at 9 a.m.
Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate you all.
All right, man. Be safe, y'all.
Thanks everybody for being here. Peace up and fins up, bro.
Fins up, brother.
Everyone.